All right, ladies and gentlemen, scenes from the terrorist attack in Jerusalem earlier today. Joining us now is co-host of Steele Ungar and senior political contributor for Forbes.com, Rick Ungar, and commentator on religion, society, and pop culture, Rabbi Brad Hirschfield is with us. And let me start with you, Rabbi. You know, awakening to this as I did here in the Eastern Time Zone, and hearing this news, and then to find out that it was in a synagogue during prayers, 4 rabbis, others injured, of course. We don't know the extent. 3 of them U.S. citizens and 1 a Brit. And meat cleavers used. We have B-roll. We're going to show a little bit of the blood. Adam, if you could make sure we see the blood or down in Florida, because it was as gruesome could be. And you know, in my view, this is encouraged by Mahmoud Abbas and the Palestinian Authority.
So, Steve, we don't disagree. I want to be clear. I'm heartbroken today because I actually knew one of the murder victims. I am outraged today because I'm a human being and this is mass murder and terror. But I'm not entirely surprised because I believe, like you, that when a leadership, however much they may claim to condone this kind of murder, goes on to say things, but of course attacks on Muslim holy places have to stop.
Well, I just want to clear up. You're not to interrupt, but you're giving Abbas's reaction
Abbas's
today,
claim in the condemnation,
who condemned it and then said, but.
Right, in the midst of the condemnation, he used that great meaning wipe, but, and said, but this Jewish incitement has to stop. The truth is, while he may not be directly guilty for these murders, he is planting the seeds for more of them, and so is every other leader who fails to stand up and say, this is murder, we have to work to stop it, full stop.
Rick?
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about this? It's absolutely awful. I'm very sorry for the rabbi. I know that he knew one of these people and knows their family. It's just a horrible, horrible thing. Look, I mean, this is something Fatah has put out a call asking people to do exactly this sort of thing. And this has been going on in Israel for a couple of months now, and it may not be getting enough coverage here. People, Palestinians driving their cars into other people on the sidewalk. This one strikes particularly hard because they actually went into a place of worship and committed this gruesome, horrible act. It's obviously beyond the pale. It's horrible. What can you say?
And you're right. And Abbas, and I want you, Rabbi, to comment on this. Abbas, one of those terror attacks, first of all, there's a song out, a Palestinian song urging repeated, use your car and mow them down. Basically, it's mow them down, how to kill Israelis. And one of those terrorists who mowed down an Israeli, I think a police officer, was subsequently killed. And Abbas called the mother of that son to express his condolences with her. So yet, Rabbi, our president calls Abbas a man of peace, and it's Netanyahu who's chicken blank.
So look, the bottom line is, I don't want to make this about that as much as Rick said something important. What can you say? The truth is there are things we can say. We can demand that any legitimate partner for peace, and I still hold out hope that those exist, will not simply condemn acts of murder after they happen, but proactively do things to keep them from happening. Will go out of their way not to comfort the families of murderers, but to comfort the families of victims. Will go out of their way not to fan the flames of religious hatred, but will tamp them down. Will go out of their way to make sure not simply they say the right thing after the fact, but they start doing the right things before the fact.
And Rick, respond to that, and also the fact that we have video of the kids celebrating with candy and doing
My only response is, now we know why Brad's the rabbi and I'm not. I couldn't even think about putting it any better than he just put it.
Yeah, no, obviously he was very eloquent. But now when you see the kids celebrating with candy in the streets, I mean, that's a sick society.
This is endemic of what's gone on there for a very, very long time. Look, we all know the stories about Mickey Mouse and
Yep.
other, characters
Kill the
being
Jew.
used in
Yep.
their books to foster anti-Israeli hatred.
All right, we're coming back.
It's gotta end.
It does have to end. Well said as well. All right, we're coming back with more of the panel. Don't go away.